up for an opening statement from Coach, then take question for our panel. Coach?
Yeah, it's good to be here. You know, I don't always say that about being in College Station, but it's good to be here. We're very excited about you know, getting the opportunity, seeing our name go up in the bracket, obviously, and you know, have it be just an hour and 40 minutes down the road, and having it be an all Texas true regional, if you will, with Texas State and Texas Southern and the Aggies and us in it. So it's been a few years since we've been over here, and we're happy to be back and just excited about getting things underway in postseason. And I think we've done some good things this season. I think our strength of schedule has set us up well, and kind of plowing through that and then going through conference play, and then, you know, again, just having the opportunity to stay close, and hopefully our fan base follows us over here, and it'll be a great weekend.
Open it up for questions. Michaela's coming around with the mic. Cease, you got anything?
Sure. For any of the players, can you talk about playing a team for the third time, advantages, disadvantages of that?
Regarding Texas State, I think that I think it's a total advantage that we've played them twice already this year. We have a game plan against them, so that's a definite advantage, and our team's ready to kick some butt. So, yeah.
Colin?
Coach, you kind of brought it up a little bit, but just the fact that you have 4 teams from Texas in the regional, what does that say about this? I guess the state of softball in Texas right now.
It's tremendous. I think that you know, when we were kind of looking at the RPI and seeing things down the stretch, looking at the numbers and whatnot, it was a little bit of a gut feeling that I think, you know, based on the seeding opportunities, that this could be something that would happen. So I guess I might have been surprised if we were sent off somewhere else, and you know, how the committee does business and trying to, you know, coordinate teams that are close. So it is tremendous. Obviously, we've seen Texas State this year. We've seen Texas Southern this year. Obviously faced the Aggies last year in that regional. And, you know, there's so many talented players in our backyard. I know all 4 rosters are very heavy with Texas talent, and we're just blessed to have those type of young athletes in the state of Texas. So primarily doing a lot of recruiting, and again, I think that bodes well for it being an exciting atmosphere this weekend. I know we've heard from several of our future Longhorns that are going to be in the house, and you know, I'm sure the other 3 teams will have that as well. So it should make for an interesting, you know, crowd, I think, and will help bolster the excitement for the weekend.
Frank?
Kelly, how do y'all treat the previous two outcomes against Texas State? Do y'all treat it as kind of a revenge type deal, payback? Do y'all even talk about that? What is your approach?
I'd definitely say that we look at it as a learning experience. And going forward in this game, I think it's going to be the team that adjusts the fastest. We've played them twice, and same for us and same for them. You know, they've seen some of our pitchers, we've seen their pitching, and we've seen their lineup, they've seen our lineup. So I think it's all about who adjusts the fastest and just goes out there and competes.
Any other questions for our panel? Cease?
Coach, just interested in your thoughts on the season. You know, last year when saw you over at Louisiana, you guys were the 2nd seed. So this year, looking at your schedule, I didn't see you play except on TV a couple times. How would you characterize your season? Has it been struggles at times, success, not what you expected, or just your thoughts on the season?
Well, I think coming into the season, we were very excited about. We've got a big senior class, you know, 7 seniors, and on the flip side of that, we've got 6 newcomers. So it's almost like we've got these bookends, and then, you know, we've got obviously sophomores and juniors in the middle, but we're real heavy on both the senior and the newcomer class. So I think really just from a learning curve standpoint, I think that's significant. You know, when you've got kind of 2 groups, and you've got that younger group that's looking to the, you know, the upperclassmen on how to do things, how to go about business, and you know, and figuring out where they have the voice, and, you know, how they can be an impact and really influence or help influence the group. And again, always looking to that leadership. I think the other piece that we've talked about as well, there's a learning curve with, I've got Coach McKay and Coach Thurman, 2 new coaches on our staff, and bringing a little bit of a different hitting philosophy. So there's just, kind of the learning curve, taking some time to really put everything together. And I guess in hindsight, looking back, I mean, typically we're really hot out of the gate, it seems like, and we always pit ourselves against the best in those early season tournaments. To go out to Palm Springs, typically we'll host some big teams at our place, and I thought we did some good things early, but we didn't bust out of the gate by any means. I think we really had a lot of different, a lot of those new faces in and out of the lineup early in non-conference, kind of feeling out who from that newcomer class were going to really impact this team this year, and that goes along with our pitching staff. I mean, it's really nice. We're blessed to have, 5 pitchers in the mix that can make a difference. And last year we were very thin in that department as we headed into Louisiana, just with some injuries and whatnot. And it's nice to be able to have a staff. So we felt like the depth was there, but just to be able to kind of pull everything together, and the new hitting philosophies, bring those younger kids along, the influx there. It's taken us maybe a little bit longer than I'm used to. I don't know if my patience was great through the year, but these are 3 of our captains sitting here, and they've led the way in many regards. And so we still feel like our best ball is in front of us. I think that's pretty exciting. That's the conversations we've had really over the last couple of weeks. Just keep playing, and at some point, man, the lights can really go on, and that's what happens. You get hot late, and you ride that as long as you can ride it. So we're very excited to continue to play right now. We think we've gotten better, a lot better in the last few weeks.
I got to ask the obvious question. How excited are you guys for a potential chance at playing Texas A&M, obviously with the history and playing last year in the regional for coach and a player?
It's very exciting, but our first focus and our main focus right now is on Texas State, and then after we get the win there, we'll focus on A&M, but it's just about taking it one game at a time and, competing on that given day and being the best team that given day. So, we're looking to do that every single game this regional so we can make it to Supers.
Along those same lines, what was y'all's reaction when you first heard you would be headed to College Station, Texas, which I take as a first for y'all, right, to play here?
I think we're excited. I think we're just excited to have an all-Texas regional, especially playing Texas State again. I think it was definitely a time for revenge against Texas State, and that's our first focus. And then once we get that win, then on to Texas A&M. But we're excited to be here.
And it's also exciting. A lot of our seniors are from Texas, so a lot of our families are going to be in the mix. All our fans, it's a short drive, so they should be here. So we should really pack the crowd with some burnt orange this weekend, and that's always exciting going into a regional.
I'll tell you a little bit. Obviously, I've been through the rivalry a lot for several years, and trying to explain it to this group since they haven't been through it, and we tried to simulate that as best we could in practice, but it's, you never know until you're in the middle of it. I don't care how well you try to simulate that in practice. We've tried to give them some bits of information of what's coming, but I think it's really important that we stay focused. I think Tira alluded to it a little bit. Stay focused on us and what we need to do. We need to be focused on what we're going to do, how we're going to go out and execute. Try to tune out the crowd as much as we can, because I'm sure, the Aggies specifically will try to have a little bit of fun with us. I don't think that changes regardless of the last time we were here. And you just got to kind of stay in your bubble a little bit and have each other's backs, and continue to stay focused on yourselves in a big environment like this, and take it one pitch at a time, and execute the moment. I think the team that does that, we're going to have some weather issues. We've talked about that. So what? Just keep playing, keep competing, and go about our business and focus on us. So, easier said than done when you get in the heat of it, for sure. But I do think we've talked a lot about that, and looking forward to seeing how they go about it out in the heat of the moment.
Did y'all play the war hymn at practice? Or?
We mix things up a little bit.
Any other questions for our panel? Well, Coach, ladies, we thank you for your time.